Time to meet the men from the Ministry. We're off for a spin in government circles with Norma, Ronald Baddiley, John Graham, and the men from the Ministry, Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Ministry men work round the clock, in which position they can see when it's time to go home. But problems are never-ending, and each morning brings a fresh batch of mail demanding immediate attention.
How many letters did you say?
5 letters. A large post.
A large post, eh? 5 letters. Oh, well, no. I've got it. Caber. That's a large post in 5 letters. Yes, you know, those Scots chaps toss them about in their Highland games.
Oh, that's right, it fits. Now, so feline domestic animal in 3 letters. Something A-T. Must be cat.
By Jove, well done, too.
At this rate, we'll have the crossword finished in no time.
Well, I hope so. If it's not done by 4 o'clock, I'll have to finish it this evening. And I must say, you know, I don't like taking work home.
The way we're going will be out of the way by lunchtime.
Well, that'll present a problem, won't it? What do we do this afternoon?
It's a pity we can't play sack football anymore.
It's called blow football, too. Not sack football. If you'd remembered that, we'd still have the ball.
Well, perhaps we can have a game of cribbage.
No, we haven't a full pack of cards. You remember I lost the ace of spades.
Oh, yes, it slipped into a file, didn't it, and got sent off to the permanent undersecretary.
Oh, yes. Poor Sir Gregory was in fear and trembling for weeks. Thought the mafia was after him.
So unless we make this crossword last, we may have to face the worst.
Quite, yes. Have we got any work to do?
Wasn't there something about a new office block? We were supposed to supervise the construction.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, environment job, yes. I wonder when they'll start. I hope it's not one of those ugly monstrosities that spoil the look of London. Lennox Brown.
Pitkin here.
Oh, Sir Gregory, I was just talking about you. Well, I hope you're well, sir.
I'm calling about that job I gave you, supervising things on this new block.
Rest assured, sir, it will have our full attention the moment the building commences.
Building commenced 6 weeks ago.
Building commenced 6... absolutely, Sir Gregory, yes. We made sure they didn't hang about.
It's going up right next door to your own place.
Right next door... I wondered what all that noise was, too.
The place is being built for the Ministry of Technological Development and Morris dancing. The Minister himself is to inspect the site tomorrow with me, so make sure the work's up to schedule.
Did you hear that, too?
Yes, I was on the extension. So that's what they're building next door.
Apparently, yeah.
You could actually see the workmen from our window. I was watching them all day yesterday. Lazy devils they are. Half the time they're standing round looking up at our windows.
You might have told me they're building next door. I can't be expected to notice every little detail.
Oh, I'm sorry, Well.
Yes, well, you better get down there and see it up to schedule. Hurry things along if you can. Time is money, you know. Time is money.
Yes.
What is the time, by the way?
11:30. 11:30.
Oh, good Lord, I'll be late for lunch. Well, get on with it, too, and make sure they're up to schedule.
Schedule. Now, I believe I have seen a work schedule somewhere. Now, where is it? Oh, dear.
Here, Mr. L.B. shot off, Nari. Did he leave his teeth in the washroom again?
I've mislaid an important document. The work schedule for that building next door. Where can it be?
Well, let's be like that Sherlock Holmes on telly. Use a process of logical seduction. Now, it's an important document. You had it last. Where's it most likely to be?
That's no use. I've already looked in the waste paper basket.
Well, where else is there? Lying in the biscuit tin? No. Wedged in the wonky window? No. Oh, here it is. Why, of all the funny places.
Where was it?
In your in tray.
Oh, yes. Well, no wonder I missed it. was hidden under my plimsolls. Now, let's see. Ah, yes. Schedule for the construction of Sabbathwaite House. It's the 5th, isn't it? Ah, today the gas board are laying the pipes.
Oh, that must be why they dug that big hole in the road. All the traffic's diverted.
A great big hole in the road? I'd better go down and look into it. Ah. It says here the electricity board will lay their cables this afternoon. I see a way of saving time. You look after the office, Mildred. I'll go and have a word with the gas board foreman.
Right, lads. Tea break. Down tools. What was that, Fergus? Ah, we'll pick it up and then put it down. Sid, be off to the baker's and get me a couple of them hot cakes, if he's got any left.
I say, excuse me, may I have a word with you, Mr.
O'Hooligan, sir. Patrick O'Hooligan. Foreman for the gas board and shop steward Mugwump.
Mugwump?
That's right. The Municipal Union of Gas Workers and Underground Maintenance Personnel. Mugwump.
Oh. Well, Lamb General Assistance Department. GAG. We're responsible for keeping the work up to schedule.
Is that right? Ah, well, you're just in time for the brew. Johnnie makes a fine cup of tea. I'll pour you one. Sit yourself down.
Thanks. I'll use this upturned bucket.
No. We'll find your cup. Same as the rest of us. And sit on that small toolbox.
Right. Actually, we at the Ministry are rather worried about the work schedule. This large backlog's a bit of a problem.
All right, sit on the big toolbox.
And the Minister's coming to look at the site tomorrow.
Ah, coming to look at the site, you see. Oh, dear, and the ground all muddy and churned up, foundations only half finished.
He'll be coming with Sir Gregory Pitkin.
A horrible sight to look at.
Oh, you bet him.
Still, will you fill in our hole and be gone with them?
Ah, the hole. Now, that's what I've come about. I've had rather a good idea.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
Well, if there's any way we at the gas board can help, you know.
Oh, well, there is. You see, you've already dug this hole, and the electricity people will be coming soon to dig another.
That's right. So they will.
Yes, you're right. Well, now, my idea is this. If you were to leave your hole unfilled...
Of course, I see it now. They could use it to lay their cable in instead of digging their own.
Yeah, absolutely. Think of the time it'd save.
And the wasted labour.
Then you'll do it?
Out of the question.
Oh, what?
Well, I mean, there's the lads to think of. What about Arnold? He won't like it for a start.
Arnold?
Arnold, our hole filler. He's been stood there all day just itching to get at us.
Well, I'm sure he won't mind. It'll save him some work.
Not mind. He's an artist, is Arnold. He loves filling a hole. Really throws himself into us.
But surely...
We were lucky to get him when he left the graveyards. And it was all after Arnold had telephoned to the building people. We had to promise him his own shovel and his photo in the gas board news.
Just leave the hole unfilled. The electricity people will be here soon. There'll be no trouble, I assure you. No.
Let me see if I've got this clear, sir. You all suggested we should lay our electricity board cable in this hole left by the gas board.
Yes.
I must point out, as area representative of FETID...
Fetid?
Federation of Electrical and Technical Installation Deputies, sir.
Oh, that's fetid.
In Article 29, subsection 7b, paragraph 4a of the FETID rule book, clearly states, and I quote, "No member shall stick his equipment in an unauthorised hole."
Well, I mean, couldn't you... just this once?
And this here hole is definitely not one of ours. Well, I mean, just look at it, sir. What has happened to British workmanship, eh? There was a time when Britain led the world in holes.
I can recall when we used to export them. This hole isn't that bad, and it would help enormously if you'd lay your cable in it.
Oh, I'm afraid it's out of the question, sir. My lads insist on digging their own hole. This hole we have been offered is derisory.
Oh, dear. Well, what have I got to do? I mean, a huge hole in the middle of the road, no one to fill it in, because I told the gas board to leave it. It'll be there forever. Oh, thank goodness. Here comes my number one on his way back from lunch.
Oh, there you are, too. Everything going smoothly?
No. Thank heavens you're here, one. I'm in trouble.
Well, you swallowed your season ticket again.
Oh, no. It's this hole. They didn't fit it in, you see.
Oh.
The other chaps. Well, they would have, but I told them not to fit it. That is, because I wanted this chap to do it, but he won't, because he's fitted, and he says he must have his own to fill when he's dug it, you see. I wanted to save time.
I think I understand, too. No one else would, but I do. Just leave this to me, will you?
Have you finished your cogitation?
Yes. I can quite see that the electricity board must have their own hole, but you can dig it by the side of this one.
Oh, well, that sounds fair enough, sir.
There's just one thing. Does your rule book say where you put the earth you dig out?
No, that's left entirely to our imagination.
Happy. Then you wouldn't mind tossing it over into this other hole left by the gas board, would you?
Well, if that's where you want it, sir, that's where we'll put it. Right, lads, let's get stuck in. Come on now, move yourselves.
There you are, too. All it takes is a little diplomacy.
Brilliant one. They'll fill in the gas board hole with the earth from the electricity board hole.
Splendid. All right, come along. We'll have a cup of tea in the office. And come back when they finish.
What do we find this time, one? Everything nicely in hand, I hope.
Yes. Mind your head on that girl, too.
Oh, what did you say, one?
Doesn't matter now.
I did enjoy that cup of tea.
Yeah, more than I did. Can't stand those tea bags Mildred started using.
Tea bags? Oh, so that's what I was chewing. I thought it was a ginger biscuit gone mouldy. Well, here we are, one. I say, those electricity chaps are putting their tools on that lorry.
What? They can't have finished yet. They still got to fill in the hole, they don't.
Oh, dear, I've got a feeling of marmalade behind the knee again.
There you are, sir. We're just taking our departure.
Well, just a moment. Now, answer this slowly and carefully. Why haven't you filled your hole?
There's a simple answer to that, sir. We got no earth to fill it with.
Good gracious, don't you see, one? They've put all their earth in the gas board hole.
Yeah, steady, Sue. It's perfectly simple. Now, you chaps can fill your hole with this pile of earth over here.
Oh, dear me, no, sir. We didn't dig that earth out. It's nothing to do with us. That pile of earth there comes from the gas board hole. We can't fill an electricity board hole with gas board earth.
Give me a moment to think about that.
I've got it, one. Couldn't they take out all the earth they put in the first hole and put it back in their own?
Oh, don't interrupt, too. I'm thinking. Why don't you take out all the earth you put in the first hole and put it back in your own?
Oh, no. Sir, if we took out all the earth, we would, in effect, be digging another hole, wouldn't we?
Would you?
We would. And we're only contracted to dig one hole in this job.
What the devil's going on here? Who's filled in the gas board hole?
Afternoon, brother.
Afternoon, brother. Who did it? Who ordered it to be filled in?
It was him, brother. I just did as instructed.
Who the devil's this to?
It's the mugwump man.
The mugwump man?
Yes, he went to consult his union.
Ah, so he did. And they voted inanimately against your plan. They turned it down by an overwhelming show of fingers.
Don't you mean hands, brother?
No, fingers. They didn't like it at all. And the moment I turn me back, you've done it right under me nose. We'll not stand for this, and we shan't take it lying down.
We're solidly behind you, brother.
See what you've done, too?
But I only wanted to help. Speed things up.
Ah, well, he's all right.
What happened then, Mr. Lamb?
Well, they both flatly refused to help. Went off shouting about strike action.
So there's still a great big hole in the middle of the road, and no one to fill it in.
And according to the schedule, there shouldn't be any holes left. When Sir Gregory sees one tomorrow, he'll want to get to the bottom of it.
Oh. Poor Mr. Lamb. This is your worst clanger since you had that common market delegation deported as illegal immigrants.
At least we managed to keep that from the permanent under-secretary, but that huge illicit hole is something he can't miss.
Well, perhaps Mr. L.B. will think of something. I mean, he's sat in his office for 20 minutes now without a break.
Step into my office a moment, will you?
Yes, man.
I think I may have solved our little problem.
Oh, I am relieved.
Well, I've had years of experience at this sort of thing.
What do you think we should do?
We'll cut a piece off an old file cover and mark it ace of spades. Then we could play cribbage.
No, not that problem. It's the other one I'm worried about, the hole.
Oh, well, I've got the answer to that as well.
Oh, good.
We must take steps to.
Yes.
We've got to get rid of that hole.
Yeah, I know we got to get rid of the hole, but where are we going to put it?
We won't put it anywhere, to. We'll fill it with earth. That brown stuff.
You mean fill it ourselves? But we're non-union men. I mean, those union chaps would go mad. We'll have the whole lot out on strike.
Not if we're careful to.
Oh.
Well, if we do it in the middle of the night, they needn't know. Fait accompli, and no one can argue.
And everything will be neat and tidy for the minister's visit. You're right, one. We'll fill it in ourselves.
Ah, good. I'm glad you agree. Of course, it doesn't really need two of us, does it?
No, I suppose not. So which one of us is going to do it? It's me, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It definitely is. You started this business, and anyway, I'm very busy tonight. So, that's all settled then. You will come back at midnight and shovel the earth into the hole.
I'll come back at midnight and shovel the earth into the hole.
Here you are, brother. The other half of your pint.
So, brother.
Ah, 'tis a grand old pub, the Shamrock and Shillelagh.
Yes.
I come here after church on Sundays. You know, 'tis true what they say. Thou shalt thirst after righteousness.
Oh, not bad, you know. Plenty of work about. Of course, you can't get the labourers like you used to.
Ah, that's true, brother. They're all out-of-work actors, half of them. Useless. Had one fella the other day, he put his pick right through a sewage pipe.
I bet he was covered with confusion.
Not at all. He was one of these actors, you see. The onlookers gave him a round of applause, so he fractured a water pipe for an encore.
Oh, yes, the onlookers.
Speaking of work, brother, I've been thinking about that business today. Do you think we might have been a bit, hasty?
Oh, the old, yeah. Funny, I've been thinking that myself, brother. We didn't bend in any way, did we? We didn't bend.
You're right, brother. We should have bent a bit. And that ministry man, he wasn't a bad sort. Reminded me of my dear old granny in Wicklow.
The one with gloss. Stop.
That's right, my other granny's in Cork. Yeah. But it's a shame to do them down altogether.
Yeah, well, perhaps we ought to smooth things over. I mean, between the two of us, we could fill that hole in an hour.
But if we use the big bulldozer, we could do it in 5 minutes.
Yeah. We can't let the unions know, of course. We'll have to do it on the quiet.
Just after midnight, that's the time. No one about.
It'll be dark, mind you. We can't put the arc lights on, or we'll give the game away.
Ah, we don't need light, brother. Just point the bulldozer at that pile of earth and push everything down the hole in one big heave.
Morning, Mildred. Hard at it, I see.
Morning, sir. Oh, I am having trouble with this typewriter. Keeps shooting across.
Well, today's the day. The minister himself is coming to inspect the site.
I just knocked me nail varnish all over the notepaper.
Yes, this will be a red letter day.
Here, I see that hole's been filled in down there.
Yes, well, we can thank Mr. Lamb for solving that problem. He must have been up half the night.
You mean he did it?
Well, it's my idea, of course, but he was keen to do the manual work. Yes. I had a look on the way in. Very professional job. I must congratulate him. In his office, is he?
No, sir, he hasn't come in at all yet. I'm a bit worried.
Yes, that's rather unusual. I've never known two to be later than me. Well, perhaps he's sleeping it off, or he may just be lying low.
No. I rang his flat and there was no answer.
You rang his flat?
At 10:30. I wanted to remind him to buy the coffee on account of he's got the tea money.
Oh, that you know. No answer, you say. Yes. But, I mean, if he'd left by then, he'd be here by now.
Top of the morning.
I second the motion.
Good morning. It's our union friends, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Well, what can we do for you?
Well, it's about that hole, the one that's not there anymore.
Not there anymore? You mean someone filled it in? Good gracious, that. Well, who could have done such a thing?
Ah, we know who did it, all right.
Oh, well, I can assure you I had no knowledge of this unprincipled behavior on the part of my junior.
It was us. We did it last night.
I must disclaim all responsibility for... You did it?
Hey?
That's right. Nothing official, you understand.
We acted as private citizens. We waited till it was dark, went to the building site,
Got out the old bulldozer and started it up.
we drove towards the heap of earth, and with one mighty heave...
We pushed the whole lot into the hole.
Good Lord.
And then we drove the bulldozer over it once or twice. Flatten it out. Press it down, good and firm.
What time was this?
Around not long after midnight, precisely.
Not long after midnight. Oh, dear. Did you see any sign of my assistant near the hole?
No, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing, sir.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear, dear, dear.
That assistant of yours, he looked worried yesterday, as if things was about to get on top of him.
Yes, I'm rather afraid they have.
Mr. Lennox Brown!
Oh, steady, Mildred, steady. It is time to be brave.
They buried him! That's what they done. They buried him. Poor Mr. Lamb. And how are we going to get the tea money back?
Buried? No, I'm afraid Mildred's probably right. But there may still be time. Now, quickly, you two, follow me. Oh, now, come on, for heaven's sake, can't you just dig faster than that? I've half a mind to grab a spade and join you.
It's a terrible business. I shall plead temporary insanity.
We're both to blame, brother. It was a momentary arbitration on our part.
Don't wrangle when there's human life down there, the life of a first-class civil servant and a fine, useful citizen.
Glory be, there's two of them now.
We can only hope he's managed to trap a pocket of air in his bowler hat or something.
Here, you're sure that was his briefcase we found lying there?
Well, of course I'm sure. I'd know it anywhere. I was with him when he bought it from the Civil Service Outfitters. Ryman, Inchcliffe and Parks. Look, their initials are on the lock. R.I.P. Oh, dear.
Ah, well, we're nearing the bottom. There's a cable there. And still no sign of him.
Now, wait, there's a foot here. Look, a foot. I'll just grab hold of it and... It's mine.
Poor lamb. He's such a promising career behind him. I've never seen a smoother action with a rubber stamp. Ah, what good times we had together. Will I never hear his cheerful voice again?
Morning, one. Why are you down that hole?
What? Well, don't just stand there, two. Get in here and start digging.
Righto, I'll jump down. There, sorry I'm late. I went to the lost property
Yes,
office.
well, there's no time to chat, two. Get hold of a shovel.
Right. What are we digging for?
Oh, well, don't ask silly questions. We're digging for... We're digging for you two.
Oh, right, I'll get started.
Saint preserve us himself. He's come back to haunt us. Look at his awful white face and staring eyes.
Nonsense, he's flesh and blood. We've been digging here for nothing.
Two, you've got some explaining to do.
I'll not be made a fool of.
Nor will I.
I don't see... That's all there is to it. I got here a bit late and found the hole was already filled in.
But what about your briefcase? We found it lying there.
Oh, so that's where I left it. I'm always leaving it behind. I really must be more careful. It's full of important stuff, you know, like the holiday list and the biscuit rota.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I was late. I went to the lost property office. Ah, well, all's well that ends well. At least we got rid of the hole.
Got rid of the hole? What do you think we're standing in?
Oh, yes. We're standing in the hole, aren't we?
Thanks to digging for you. We've got this infernal hole back now, and it's deeper than ever.
Deeper than ever.
Oh, those two union fellows have gone off in a huff.
Off in a huff.
And the minister and Sir Gregory will be here in any minute. It's all your fault, you idiot.
And it's all your fault, you idiot.
Oh, pull yourself together, will you? Listen, we've got to act quickly.
Yes, sir.
Now, first, let's get out of this hole.
Yes.
We'll use that shovel as a ladder.
Yes, all right.
Now, once we've got out, I'll tell you what we'll do.
I'll give you a hand.
All right. Now, they'll be here any minute, so hurry. Come on, quick. There's no time to lose. Give me a hand up, will you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm sure you'll find everything to your satisfaction, Minister. The work is all up to date. My staff have been personally involved.
Splendid.
Good Lord, mind you don't step in that hole, Minister.
No, a hole. Splendid. There shouldn't be a hole here, should there?
No, not at this stage.
A bit unfortunate, Pitkin. Holding up the traffic, you see.
Yes, I shall take it up with those responsible.
Splendid. Still, here's the holes here. Let's get down and have a look at it.
Get into the hole?
Into the hole, yes. Have a look at all those cables and loose ends. Give me a hand down, will you?
Well, very well, Minister. We can use that shovel as a ladder.
Good idea.
And when I get hold of Lennox Brown, he'll have a few loose ends.
Come along, too, quick, before they get here. Now, how do we start this thing?
Well, I'm not sure. I've never driven a bulldozer before. I think it's this knob here. Yes.
Yes, well done. Right, I'll just look round the corner and see if the coast is clear.
Right.
Yes, all right, not a soul in sight.
Jolly good, then away we go.
Whoops. Now, head straight for that pile of earth and push it into the hole. One great heave should do it.
Yes, right. And all our problems will be solved. Sir Gregory will look up to us after this. Full speed ahead.
Carrying all before them as the men from the ministry were Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Also featured were Norma Ronald, Ronald Baddiley and John Graham. The programme was written by Johnnie Mortimer, Brian Cooke and Edward Taylor, and produced by Edward Taylor. Time to meet the men from the ministry. We're off once again for a whirl round Whitehall with Norma Ronald, Ronald Baddiley, John Graham, and the men from the ministry, Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. When problems arise, most ministry men know just what steps to take. Great big long ones in the opposite direction. But the General Assistance Department is always ready to advise others.
A telex from the Foreign Office, one. They're anxious for our decision.
Well, I don't like to hurry this, too. A false move could be disastrous.
Why don't we move forward over here, you see? We could take their bishop with our rook.
Well done, sir. Yes, telex that move at once. This is becoming quite a good game of chess.
We might even win this one.
Why not? The Foreign Office aren't all that clever. I believe those first 60 games were a fluke.
General Assistance Department, Richard Lamb speaking.
Pitkin here.
One, it's the Permanent Under-Secretary.
Oh, glory, what a pest that man is. Hello, Sir Gregory. What a pest. What a pleasant surprise, sir.
It's about Cecil. Everything all right at your end?
At my end, Sir Gregory?
You've read my memo, of course.
Oh, of course, Sir Gregory. Yes, we always read your memos, sir. As a model of clarity and pith.
Indeed. In that case, you'll know that Cecil arrives in your office today. I rang to check you're prepared.
Thank you, sir. And do give my regards to Lady Oh, dear, we've been cut off here. Well, is everything organised for Cecil, too?
Who's Cecil?
Well, it was all in Sir Gregory's memo. I hope you read it.
Oh, yes, of course. But I can't quite recall all the details. Mildred, would you come in a minute? Mildred's sure to know.
Hello, Mr. Lamb. Here I am.
Mildred, that memo from Sir Gregory about Cecil.
Cecil?
Don't tell me you didn't read it.
Oh, I read it, Mr. Lamb, but I don't remember what it said. I'll get on to the cleaning lady, see if she knows anything.
No. We haven't time for that, Mildred. Sir Gregory's very anxious about Cecil, and he'll be here in a minute. Now, we must find the memo.
Look in that tray, Mildred.
In, out, or pending?
Tea. There's some papers under that saucer.
Right. Oh, yeah, I reckon this is it. To General Assistance Department, subject Cecil.
Ah, yes, let me see. This is to inform you that it was... Oh, good gracious.
Well, Sue, who is Cecil? One of Sir Gregory's nephews who couldn't get a job in industry?
Cecil isn't a he at all. He's an it.
What?
It's CECIL, Central Electronic Computer Information Liaison. An electronic brain, and it's to be kept here.
Nonsense. I won't have brains in my office.
It seems you'll have to. It's being installed today, and they're sending a Miss Sharp to show us how to use it.
Good Lord, what's that noise?
It came from the outer office.
Steady, you clumsy idiot! Aren't you used to handling delicate equipment?
It must be Cecil.
Good grief, it's enormous.
Watch what you're doing, man! If you drop it again, there'll be trouble. We must be thankful your foot was there to break its fall last time. And what are you gaping at, young man?
You must be Miss Sharp.
Certainly. Now, don't get in the way. We have to find a suitable place to install Cecil. Ah, that should do nicely. That disused little cubby hole through there.
But that's my office.
Was it indeed? Right, you men, bring it through here.
But, Miss Sharp...
By Jove, it's almost lunchtime. I'm sure you can cope with this, too.
But one, you can't leave now. Oh, we can.
Cecil is now fully installed and ready to function.
Really?
Mr. Crawley.
Now, as you know, a computer is basically an answering machine. Feed the facts correctly, state your requirements clearly, and Cecil will solve any logical problem.
Yes. Would he care for a cup of tea?
Don't be facetious, Mr. Lamb, and kindly see that no tea is ever spilt on the computer. Cecil's mechanism is extremely fragile, and his balance is delicate.
I know the feeling.
Do you smoke?
Not just now, thank you.
I am not offering you one man. I want to stress there's to be no smoking in this office. While Cecil is here, the air must be free of all impurities.
I suppose it's all right if we breathe now and then.
As long as you take precautions. When using the computer, it's best if you wear this surgical mask. Now, have you any questions, Mr. Crawley?
Is this computer like those speak-your-weight machines, you know, talking and so on?
Oh, of course it isn't.
That's it exactly.
Oh.
Mind you, the voice is the only thing they have in common. Cecil is much more advanced. It has several human features.
Could you show us this what's-his name?
So it's operation. By all means. Oh, now, I see there's a problem here from the transport people, needing judgment on two sorts of car engine. Now, I feed in the data, so...
Well, how's it going? All installed, is it?
Who is this?
This is an obsolete type. Only functions when well oiled.
What? Who said that?
No, this is Mr. Lennox Brownman. This is Miss Sharp.
Tough and durable, not suitable for sporting purposes.
Well, it's this machine. Well. Well, I hope you'll enjoy your stay here, Miss Sharp.
Heavens, man, I'm not here to enjoy myself.
No, of course not. No, too.
Yeah.
She's not here to enjoy herself.
No, well, we'll try to see that she doesn't.
I'm here for a fortnight to teach you to use this computer.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, it looks quite straightforward to me. This will be the ashtray, I suppose.
That is the information slot. Kindly remove that filthy cigar. I've already told your staff this machine must not be exposed to the noxious weed.
You hear that, Mr. Crawley? You ought to keep away from the computer.
Very droll, Mr. Lennox Brown.
Henceforth, this office is out of bounds to tobacco, tea, cakes, biscuits, or anything else that causes crumbs or smoke.
Honestly, Mildred, that woman is irritating. I'd swear she wears Harris tweed knickers. Thank heavens her fortnight ends tomorrow.
The way she's terrorised this office. I mean, like being back at school. Every time I put my hand up, she just shoves more work in it.
Well, you've done marvels, Mildred, keeping the flag of freedom burning. Is that my tea and biscuits?
Yeah, Mr. Lamb, I smuggled it in the out tray.
Well done.
Having to eat your biscuits in secret. It's like that French persistence movement. Yeah, I'll come back when the coast's clear.
I'd like a nice cup of tea in the morning. Still, Mildred's brew's better than nothing.
Two. Why are you lurking in the mat cupboard?
Oh, morning, Mum. Just having my 11s. You know how that woman is about biscuit crumbs. Miss Sharp can be awfully blunt.
Ridiculous. My number 2 having to masticate in the mat cupboard? Who's in charge of this office anyway? Are we men or mice?
Come along, Miss Merton, hurry up. And where's Lennox Brown? I want a word with him.
Move over, 2, and pass me a cheese biscuit. What a voice that woman's got. Still, at least it's cleaned up Trafalgar Square.
Cleaned up Trafalgar Square?
She frightened away all the pigeons.
Ah, there you are, you two. What on earth are you doing in the mat cupboard?
What are we doing in oh, that's a good question. What are we doing in the mat cupboard, too?
Oh, we're just getting out.
That's it, we're just getting out.
Heaven knows how you'll manage after tomorrow. That's my last day here, you know.
Thank heavens for that.
What did you say, Mr. Lamb?
Thank Evans for that. That map of Swansea he sent us. Evans is one of our Welsh colleagues, you see.
Ah, indeed, yes. Now, as I'm leaving, we must have a full demonstration of the computer to help you get familiar with its operation.
Ah, splendid idea, Miss Sharp. But it's been a long morning and I've just remembered a lunch engagement. My number 2 will be delighted to get familiar with you.
Mr. Lennox Brown, you may not be seeing me for some time.
Thank heavens. The Welsh fellow, of course.
Well, I'll go through it with you, Mr. Lamb. You haven't an urgent lunch engagement, have you?
Well, it's funny you should mention that. I'm afraid not.
Then let's move over to the computer.
Oh, do let's.
Now, you realize there's a great interest in this experiment.
Yes.
Each ministry department expects a full report on computer results weekly. Are you listening, Mr. Lamb?
Yes, weekly.
Now then. Data input, neutron regulator, programming device, and up here, a display of rotating symbols. You know what to look for there.
3 lemons or 2 cherries and a plum.
Oh, Mr. Lamb, please. Perhaps we'll just tackle some simple problem that's waiting to be dealt with.
Oh, good idea. How about this? Now, the Ministry of Defence wants us to work out a series of manoeuvres for the Birkenhead Light Infantry.
I said something simple. That's this week's major task for you after I've gone. I'm not doing that for you.
Oh, very well. Some other problem.
What sort of fool do you people take me for?
That's a good one, yes. Let's try that.
Morning, 2.
Morning, Mum. Have a biscuit.
Ah, she's gone then.
Yes, the place won't seem the same without her. I'm happy to say.
Well, let's not waste time chatting. There's lots to be done. I'll set up the chessboard.
Good. We could face a threat from the Foreign Office Queen.
Really? Well, if he rings up, I'll deal with him. Where's Mildred?
She's in the computer room, dusting Cecil down.
Oh, sounds as if she's set him off.
Probably tickled his transistors with her feather duster. I'd better see. Mildred, what are you up to?
Oh, Mr. Lamb, you give me a start.
What are you doing?
I was just, feeding a problem to Cecil.
Oh, which problem, Mildred?
Crunchy wheat is good for you. Have a plateful. No, have to.
What on earth is that?
Well, it's the Crunchy Wheat slogan contest. I fed in lots of words and set him to find some slogans for me. The winner gets £1,000.
Crunchy wheat is yum, yum, yummy. Just the thing to fill your tummy.
Mildred, you mean you're using Cecil for financial gain?
Sorry, Mr. Lamb.
And so you should be. It's a misuse of government property. £1,000, did you say?
What's going on in there? Come along, 2. I've set up the chessboard.
I'm surprised at you, Mildred. Get back to your desk at once.
Right you are, sir.
What's the matter, 2? You were rather short with her.
She was using the computer to work out a slogan for some competition.
Good gracious. Could it do that kind of job?
I suppose so. Unscrupulous people could use it to forecast the stock exchange, racing results, and all sorts of things.
Racing results, my word. And football pools, I suppose.
Football pools, yes, that's an idea. Except it'll be quite unethical.
Oh, right, yes. I mean, the machine should only be used for official work.
It's as well they left it with trustworthy people like us.
Indeed.
Chelsea 3, Arsenal 3, Spurs 1, Leeds 1.
Spurs 1, Leeds 1. Oh, how splendid. What shall I do with the money? A new pair of plimsolls, perhaps? A slice of ham in my mustard sandwiches? Oh, dear, Run, you're back early from lunch?
Well, I have a lot to do today, too. Oh, my word, yes. What's that paper in your hand? Looks like a memo.
Yeah, paper. Oh, yes. It does look like a memo, yes. In fact, it is a memo.
Well, I'd better sign it.
Yeah, oh, well, I'm not...
Oh, come along, too. Give it to me.
Oh, yes.
There you are. Can't waste time reading the things. After all, no one else does.
That's true.
I'll put it in the out tray.
Thank you, man.
What's it about, by the way?
About... the memo. It's about... oh, dear, I cannot tell a lie. It's a list. A list of drawers.
Ah... That stock-taking job for the Women's Army Corps. Well, Sue, I have a busy afternoon ahead, so off you go and get on with your, whatever it is you do.
Mildred and I are compiling data on the Birkenhead Light Infantry. Later on, Cecil has to work out a series of manoeuvres for them.
Good. Well, keep it up, too. Don't let me detain you.
Of course, Mildred had her own ideas on manoeuvres for the soldiers, but I had to turn them down.
Yes, quite. Well, I mustn't keep you.
Yes.
Good Lord, I thought he'd never go. Can't make a phone call in peace in this place. Two's a good chap, but, I know, he does fuss.
Gamble's turf accountants.
Ah, Gamble. What's running in the 3:30 haydock tomorrow? It's Lennox Brown speaking.
Ah, Mr. Lennox Brown, I wanted a word with you. There's the matter of your account.
Ah, my account. Been piling up, has it? Yes. Well, I've been rather busy lately. Still, you know me, Gamble. You can have my cheque as soon as you say the word.
You always say that, but you never tell me what the word is.
Now, don't ramble, Gamble. What about these horses?
All right, let's see. 3:30 Haydock Park, Saturday. There's Tower of London. That should be favourite.
Tower of London, yes.
Fancy Free. Stop at Nothing.
Stop at Nothing, yes.
Donation. Donation by miracle out of Scotsman.
Ah, yes, I know, yes.
Banjo. Pilgrim's Way. Kimono and Mock Attack.
Kimono and Mock Attack.
8 runners. Do you want to place your bet now?
No, I've got to do a bit of calculating. I'll ring you back in 10 minutes. Now, let's just see the form. Tower of London, beaten twice, won 4, placed once, carried 1. Yes, good. Now then, Cecil, I'll give you all the form and you give me the best 3. And no messing about or I'll flick cigar ash up your intake.
As I strolled along in Parliament Square with an independent air, you should hear the girls declare, he must be a millionaire.
Morning, Mr. Lamb. You're very cheerful for a Monday morning.
Dame Fortune has smiled on me, Mildred. You see before you a man of substance.
Do what?
I've done it, Mildred. I've won the pools. 8 draws on the treble chance.
Oh, first dividend. You! Would you Adam and Eve it? Oh, I think I'm having one of me come-hovers.
Oh, steady, Mildred. I shan't allow it to unbalance me, and neither should you.
I don't know how you can stay so calm.
This big win will not alter my life. Money isn't everything. It won't change my attitude to work.
You mean you go on avoiding it?
That's a little speech I've prepared for when they present my cheque at the Odeon.
Oh.
At least I hope it's the Odeon. I've seen the film at the Roxy. One has to be sensible and responsible. And all I've got to add is, I'm rich! I'm rich, do you hear? I'm dirty, rotten, filthy rich!
What's going on? Why are you doing that obscene dance?
Good morning, man. I had a spot of luck over the weekend.
Oh, more than I did. Wretched horses are probably still running.
Oh, it's the football pool, sir. Mr. Lamb's won the treble chance.
My word, football pools? What were we saying about pools the other day?
I forget. Yes, I distinctly forget.
Something about using the computer to forecast results.
What I?
And then we agreed it would be unethical.
Oh, yes, what a coincidence.
Coincidence. How much have you won?
It depends how many others got 8 draws. I shan't know for a day or two, but I guess about £600,000.
600,000? Yeah. Do you know, I've been meaning to ask you over for dinner one evening.
General Assistance Department, to whom did you wish to speak to?
Lennox Brown, please. Foreign Office here. Sir Hugo Bent.
It's for you, sir. Hugo Bent at the Foreign Office.
What? Yes. Morning, Hugo.
Morning, L.B.
Worked out an answer to our last move yet?
Well, I was going to query that. I'm afraid you're not supposed to have 3 bishops, you know.
You've noticed, did you? Yes. Well, just checking you were on your toes, you see. Was that why you rang?
No. Just phoned to thank you for those pools tips. Very kind of you.
Pools tips?
Yes. First time I've done the thing, and I've got first dividend on the treble chance.
Good Lord.
Thanks again. Oh, and incidentally.
Yes?
Knight to rook 5. Checkmate. 61 games to us, I think.
What was all that about?
Oh, very odd. Seems he's won the pools as well.
What a coincidence. Oh, dear. So the first dividend's shared. I suppose I shan't get more than 300,000.
But what did he mean about tips? We've not sent in anything but our chess moves, have we?
Well, only the weekly computer report. That goes out to all departments. I took it from the outtray myself.
Report? Outtray?
What's the matter, Mr. Lamb? You've gone as grey as a sheet.
This report you sent to all departments, what did it say?
Well, I didn't read it. Look, there's a copy here.
Yeah, let me see. Forecast for Saturday. Chelsea 3, Arsenal 3, Spurs 1, Leeds 1. Oh, no. Not a copy to all departments.
Pull yourself together, too. You'll never hang yourself with those braces. They're too elastic. Keep bouncing back on the desk.
They must have had half the civil service ring up. They've all won the treble chance.
And that means you won't win so much, Mr. Lamb.
Win? I'll be lucky if I don't have to pay them. And it's all your fault, Mildred.
Steady, steady. Well, she was only doing her job. Where's your sense of humour gone?
Same place as my £600,000.
Switch on your transistor, Mildred. There are some strange rumours going round. We ought to listen to the news.
On the 3rd day of his visit to Bonerland, watched a display of local dancing. He later rode a camel and at one point took over the controls himself. A sensation this week on the football pools with a record number of winners. The top companies have declared first dividends averaging 13 pence, the lowest in their history.
Oh.
The only exception is Forrester's pools.
That's mine.
They are paying 9 pence. There were reports from the civil service this morning of a large number of resignations. Police were called to Whitehall to control a drunken mob who were jumping on their bowler hats and shouting, "We're no one's obedient servants now." Later it was learned that the resignations were due to a misunderstanding, and all those concerned were carried back to their desks.
That's quite enough. I can't bear it.
Well, it's your own fault, too, for misusing the computer.
No wonder mistakes get made. These computer slips are all over the place. What's this? Tower of London, mock attack, stop at nothing. They're racehorses, aren't they?
Not the way they ran on Saturday.
But why are their names on one of Cecil's copy slips?
Well, even a computer has to relax.
One? You got Cecil to forecast the first 3 horses for you.
Well, I got him to try. The idiot hasn't the least idea.
Mildred, why is this slip on your desk?
I'll keep a copy of all Cecil's answers when I send them out.
You sent that out?
Yeah. It was with all that stuff on the Birkenhead Light Infantry. You remember, we had to give them manoeuvres. So I guess that was Cecil's answer.
Tower of London, mock attack, stop and... You sent that to the Ministry of Defence?
Oh, no, Mr. Lamb.
Oh, well, thank heavens for that.
I sent it straight to the Birkenhead Light Infantry.
Perv here. I'm standing on Tower Bridge, watching this amazing surprise attack on the Tower of London. It was apparently ordered by Whitehall, so it must be designed to test the Tower Guard. Unfortunately, no one seems to have told the guards it's only an exercise and there's some brisk fighting going on. Through the smoke, I can see men with ladders scaling the west wall. These are the Burkes of the Troop and Headlight Infantry. I'm sorry, the troops of the Burke and Headlight Infantry. But along the battlements, the yeomen of the Guard are fighting back bravely, helped by scores of American tourists. And the attackers have run into a hail of guidebooks and small metallic souvenirs. Now, here's Colonel Fighting Mad Faversham, CO of the Birkenhead Light Infantry. Colonel, how's the attack going?
Oh, splendidly, splendidly. One squad broke through to the inner chamber and captured several chaps in full armor. They're being interrogated now, but unfortunately they're not saying much. Just clanking a bit.
You're making a frontal assault.
We've other lines of attack as well. A short while ago, several of our chaps crept into the crypt.
What did they do then?
Once they'd achieved their purpose, they crept out again.
Mr. Lamb, it's ages since that awful business, but every time the phone rings, you're still hiding the map cupboards.
It's been a nerve-wracking month, Mildred. I can't think why they haven't traced that tower disaster back to us.
Oh, too, there's some problems here for Cecil.
Oh, right. I was just saying to Mildred, it's odd we never got blamed for that attack on the Tower of London.
Ah, well, I think that's something to do with General Fighting Mad Faversham.
General? I thought he was only a colonel.
He was, but Cecil recommended a sudden promotion. And around about the same time, he seems to have lost that disastrous order we sent him.
So that's it. You are an old sly-boots one.
Well, of course, that mock attack did wonders for the tourist train. So, all's well that ends well. Now, let's feed these problems to Cecil.
Funny the way we've adjusted to having Cecil in the office.
Yes, he's turned out to be a decent fellow after all. Pity he couldn't find 8 drawers again, though.
Oh, that first time was just an accident.
Ah, here comes the answer to our first problem. Pretty vital, this one. Hope he's got it right.
Bishop to Queen's Rook 6. Checkmate.
So it is, yes, 2, we've won. Telex that move to the Foreign Office at once.
That's our 10th victory on the trot. Good old Cecil. He's one of us now.
He certainly is. He's really got the ministry attitude. Yeah. Now, let's see how he copes with these work queries. Right, feed in the first one.
Not our pigeon, old boy.
He's got it right, too. Yeah. What about the second one?
Pass to you, nothing to do with us.
That's bang on as well. And the third one?
Don't bother with this. It's time for tea.
So it is. Good old Cecil.
Pass him a biscuit, would you, Mildred?
Computerized as the men from the ministry were Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Also featured were Norma, Ronald Baddiley and John Graham. The program was written by Johnnie Mortimer, Brian Cooke and Edward Taylor and produced by Edward Taylor.